routine flight between Sydney and LA for Oceanic Flight 815 until... Now, lost on a mysterious island, the survivors have more to fear than survival itself.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You killed us all.
None of it is real!
Namaste, thank you, and good luck.
I think your friends just blew themselves up, brother.
I just saved us all.
I've got to go, and you've got to get as far away from here as possible.
Go where? Stop!
I'm gonna blow it down, Tom.
Who are you people?
We're the good guys, Michael.
You push the button. That's an order.
All we really need to survive is one person who truly loves us.
Miss Whitmore, I think we found it.
This is the Lost Initiative from Sky One.
I'm Ian Lee, this is the Lost Initiative, and we've just watched the double episode finale, Through the Looking Glass.
The Lost Initiative.
I'm joined by Geeky Tom.
Hello.
High five, Tom. Ooh. Yeah. And we've got Paul Terry, editor of Lost Magazine.
Howdy.
High five.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
strong hand.
Very quickly, we've got to cram in 2 episodes into this Lost Initiative today. Very quickly, Paul, what did you make of it?
Kind of like, you know when your brain feels like it's been rammed against a concrete wall and then it's been sort of stroked slightly and then rammed again? That's the whole hour and a half experience for me.
Wow. Tom?
Yeah, it doesn't sound very nice. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've got to say, it's the best thing I have ever seen on television. That's no exaggeration.
That's good.
The best thing I've ever seen. Now, there's lots to talk about, so let's just dive straight in randomly, shall we? There's a brilliant big showdown between Ben and Jack. It's just in some shrubland somewhere. And Jack is back in full leadership mode and refusing to give Ben the satellite phone.
I'm getting them all off the island. All of them! Let me ask you something, Jack. Why do you want to leave the island? What is it that you so desperately want to get back to? You have no one. Your father's dead, your wife left you, moved on with another man. Can you just not wait to get back to the hospital? Get back to fixing things? It's 20 seconds now. Just get me the phone, Jack. No. 10 seconds. Bring me the phone. No. I'm not bluffing.
I won't do it!
4, 3.
No.
Jack is playing a blinder in this episode. He's the man.
But it's a risky hand.
Yeah, he rolled the dice there, man.
You know, yeah. And you hear the 3 gunshots, and that's what I meant about, to qualify my head pulvering moment. It's painful.
It shows sometimes when you're leading people to victory or freedom, you have to make painful decisions.
You have to roll a hard 6.
What is this now?
Well, yeah, you do. You have to, strong leadership decisions need to be made.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
That's a good one.
Star Trek, Star Trek 2, isn't it?
Don't quote Star Trek.
But it's quite exciting when he's just slamming into him. Giving him some of that.
Jack has gone, he's literally, the handbrake's gone. He's gone into dark place.
Yeah,
he is gone. Crazy man.
I'd beat up Ben.
Sawyer goes back to see if Bernard, Jin and now that Sawyer's killed, he's cold. He's ruthless.
Yeah, I like Sawyer in this double episode. He's very, very
He doesn't
good.
use
Very
special names anymore for people.
No.
I like comedy Sawyer a bit more.
He's kind of no crap. He's just through line.
I tell you what, when he can start breaking people's necks with his feet, then I'll start liking him.
Oh, sweet.
Saeed.
I've got to say, the most violent episodes of Lost I have ever seen. There was a lot of blood, a lot of fighting. Some of us stood up and cheered when Saeed snapped that dude's neck with his legs.
That was
How
brilliant.
cool is that?
It's he was.
That is a life skill.
Yeah,
that is a life skill.
Still gagged, still cuffed.
Bruce Lee couldn't do that.
No problem.
No. Bruce Lee, Saeed could have Bruce Lee. There's a official. But why did Juliet go back with Sawyer?
It is. She says karma, doesn't she?
I believe her actually. Yeah,
Really?
I think that she's got.
But surely
that point
she's done good anyway, just by being a traitor.
I think she senses. Well, she knows these people, and she knows how ruthless they are. That she probably thought at this point, you know what, they are in serious trouble. But I won't let that show. I'll go back and lend a hand.
I still don't trust her.
I do now.
I don't.
I really like her. From this episode.
She's playing. Can I refer you to The Long Con?
Ooh.
That's what she's doing.
I think
I'm
she's
a
in
sucker
league
for
with
that.
Naomi.
My life, mate.
On that boat.
One long con.
One at a time. Just calm down. What are you saying there, Paul?
My life, mate. One long con. That's why I'm sucking into it.
He said sucking into it.
Yeah, suck it.
Why didn't Tom? And it's sad to see Tom go.
he looks harmless, doesn't he, when he's his little eyes? It's like shooting a puppy.
Yeah.
I think of all the characters, all the main cast that could be killed going to season 4, I think that's one that we'll miss the most.
Yeah.
Oh, Fish Biscuit Tom.
But why didn't he kill Bernard, Jin and Saeed? Ben had obviously told them not to kill them. That was obviously their plan. But
But this
why?
kind of goes to the whole not trusting Julia if she's on her way back with people.
Yeah.
And kind of getting the Losties to actually start attacking them. I don't know for what reason, but getting Hurley in that car for some reason and getting them to attack and kind of save them.
It was exciting seeing Hurley drive a Volkswagen. We have to ignore the fact that he wouldn't have been able to drive it through the woods to get to that part of the beach. We can overlook that slight discrepancy.
Artistic discretion,
But still exciting to see him do something. He's achieved something.
And nice to use, an earlier episode, which has felt a little bit like a standalone episode, and then we saw the Roger thing carried through about sort of 9 episodes later, and then seeing the car brought back again, and that's really cool, rather than leaving things...
Meanwhile, in the Looking Glass, which is it's got to be one of the coolest... what we could
most
call it
expensive sets
a
as well,
station.
Yeah.
That's where the hell do they find that?
That would be my next question for the producers.
Bonnie, there's just so much going on in this episode. Bonnie, Greta, and a tied-up Charlie are joined by first Desmond and then Mikhail, who Ben radios with some new instructions.
I need you to help me. I need you to help me clean up this mess that I've made. I need you to kill Charlie.
Make sure that the jamming mechanism continues to function at all costs.
And we can't risk Greta and Bonnie telling the others about what we've done, so you'll have to take care of them, too.
How do I know you didn't say the same thing to them about me?
Because if I had, Mikhail, you'll already be dead.
So, Bonnie and Greta, definitely with the others, but Mikhail was told they were on assignment in Canada. That's a weird location to be posted to or to lie that you've been posted to, isn't it?
I was thinking about that watching it, then I thought, well, Canada, if you go further north, gets a bit icy. Maybe he thought they were stationed near the ice station people that we saw back in the end of season 2.
The end of series 2, the ice station people, the two potentially Portuguese dudes that we saw in an ice station working for Penny Widmore, you think that the others may have a station in Canada which could be near...
Well, that would make sense if he's referencing Canada, which could be...
I think there's
northern Canada areas.
There is a bigger connection with her, just because when Charlie, that incoming transmission, it's Penny, isn't it? Straight away.
Do we trust Penny?
Well, okay, this is all right. Well, let's jump to that. There's the bit where Charlie gets the transmitter working, and it's tuned into Penny
straight away,
automatically.
Yeah,
that's a little bit odd, isn't it?
Baxter exposition, as he said.
Yeah, but it was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Hello, Austin.
Where is she? It looks like she's in like a big posh library.
I know. Just what is she looking into as well?
But if that's like the transmission which has been attacking almost like and bouncing back the whole time, that would be the first one to get through, wouldn't it? A video transmission to get through. That's why it got picked up straight away.
But why was she there at that exact point making that transition right
It's
there?
a fair point. It's a fair point. Maybe she's down the road. Maybe she's in a hatch.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all a triple bluff.
Yeah, maybe she isn't.
Do we trust Penny?
Yeah.
Well, God, then it gets confusing. Desi sees Penny, doesn't he? As he runs the door, he shouts Penny, I think.
Yeah. No, I don't think he sees her on the screen, does he? He doesn't see her.
Oh, I thought he did. I thought... Because Charlie's shouting for him and Desi can't hear. And then I saw, as he ran towards the thing, he sees Penny and he goes, Penny! I think
he might have heard her voice. I don't know. I have to triple check.
I don't remember. It was.
I think the screen was positioned in a way that he wouldn't have been able to see her.
So much to absorb in that episode.
Well, Penny reveals that she doesn't know who Naomi is, and it's not her ship.
Which was a bit of a...
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What was more of her was that Charlie had a pen that he could write on his hand when it was water, and it just came out quite nicely.
Bless the Charlie in this episode.
Oh, he's dead, isn't he?
Well,
we'll talk about Charlie dying in a minute, because it was brilliant in this episode.
The past few's been a bit of a choker.
Yeah, it was good. But go back to Naomi. Who the hell is she then?
Yeah. Well, she's got a knife in her back, so she's in trouble.
Well, who is she working for? I mean, it's possible, Tom. She could be working for Dharma.
Yeah. Well, that's who I thought of when they kind of say that there's this other whole group of...
Well, that's what's really excruciating, isn't it? The fact that it could turn out that Ben was right and has lied once, even though he's a bit of a manipulator.
He shouldn't have lied in the first place.
Yeah, but his flashback with about Dharma suggested that Dharma were kind of wading into a magical island and not giving a toss about everybody there, just doing their own thing. Then they all got gassed. So if Dharma have come back to the island and they are the bad guys, then he was telling the truth all the way through.
Well, Ben says that she's a representative of a group of people who are trying to find this island. She is one of the bad guys, and it could be... But he was part of Dharma, although he joined as a kid, so he wouldn't necessarily agree with their ethics.
Not very namaste, though, is it, really?
He also tells Jack that if you phone her boat, every single living person on this island will be killed. Quite a sweeping thing.
And they're just going to come in and kill everybody.
But that would make sense as to why Jack, in the future, what we saw was all so messed up. If that's on his conscience that he's actually had everybody killed because of what his actions, because he's supposed to be the fixer and save everything, but he's actually killed everything. That would completely tie in. But then where the hell do they go with season 4 if everyone's dead?
Oh, we can't start throwing forward to season 4 yet. Let's savour the remnants of season 3. We've got an email from Arnaud. He was the French dude. It's about Dharma food. I won't do the accent. Ever wondered why Dharma would go through the trouble of labelling and or producing all its food and supplies when they could more easily source them like everyone else? And why are the supplies still dropped on the island if the Dharma camp has been decimated? Clear my throat. That's because, he goes on to say, they can't source their food and supplies and they're not dropped on the island. Everything must be produced on the island. I believe that Dharma at one point learned to program the magic box to produce its food and supplies, and that the program continues to run even if Dharma is no longer in charge. Well, that's a shame, because when he came on the phone a few weeks ago, he was excellent.
He was like
excellent
professor,
young man.
wasn't he? Yeah.
That is guff.
It's really bad.
Paul, do you want to tear that apart?
No, I can just feel the shark swimming and something leaping over it. Yeah.
Tom?
I quite like it, actually. I don't like the beach, because it's bad because he using the word programming in Magic Box. You could have like a food processing plant there or something. Or
like an online store.
Okay, let's deal with it. We knew it was going to happen. It was inevitable. Charlie finally dies. But what an episode. Brilliant, because it was good seeing him getting smacked up a bit. I quite enjoyed that in a perverse way. But he also did it brilliantly. You know, it was that kind of cool way when you know you're going to die. He had the humour that you'd like to exude. You know, he was kind of cool with it. He accepted it. And he's pretty good. What I didn't get was why he locked that door. So that he would flood. Because he obviously did it to save Desmond, but that whole area where Desmond was would take ages to flood, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
So they would have time he'd have time to say hello to Penny, put on a scuba thing, and they could both escape. So that seemed odd that he did that.
I think it's what we were talking about this before, and I think that the fact that he thinks if he doesn't die at that exact point, he loves Claire, and he wants Claire to be rescued by the helicopter. So I think he thinks, look, I can't change fate again. So it's a self-sacrifice. It's the biggest thing to do. Yeah, you're right. He could have totally escaped, but he's just being very noble and accepting his fate.
Tom, your reactions to his death?
I felt really guilty for being so horrible about him all that time.
Good.
It really didn't sit right with me.
I did too.
I know, he was actually quite good, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Both go in the naughty set.
Maybe he'll come back.
No.
It's lost, you know, anything could happen. Flashbacks.
Anything can... I mean, we saw a bit of Walt. Yeah. Mikhail must be dead now. He was holding a grenade
My God.
up against a porthole.
Give that man a prize, because that is the best death I have seen in a long time.
Should we recap, though? He went through a sonic flare and some blood spurted out of his ear. Then he came back and said it was on half power. Then he got harpooned in the heart. Then he had a cheeky wink with a World War II grenade and then went... Hey.
He was brilliant.
It's superb.
Grinning his face off, loving the fact that he had a grenade.
Is he dead? We don't know, I suppose. He could come back.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say holding a grenade.
Go on a limb, Tom.
And say that if you hold a grenade while you know it is live and it's about to go off, you're gonna die.
But does it have the same effects underwater grenades?
Yeah.
They do they?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely.
They go bang.
Well, someone who's definitely not dead is Locke, and he's got an encounter with someone we've not seen. It's Walt. How exciting is this?
Don't, John. Put the gun down. Now get up, John.
He shot me and I can't move my legs.
You can move your legs. Now get out of the ditch, John.
Why?
Because you have work to do.
Walt pops up. He's obviously about 30 now.
Hello. Get out of that ditch, Locke.
John. It's like Darth Vader, isn't it?
He's obviously about 6'2" now. you know when you're like between the ages of like 14 and sort of, I don't know, 16, 17, you have a massive growth spurt.
Yeah.
He's had that, and that's why they shot him from underneath, so you can't see that he's actually a giant. He's going to be a tall fella.
It could work with the whole time shift thing if there is a time shift.
Maybe.
It could actually help the show's narrative in some.
Can you explain Walt a bit? I know you've both got different theories on why and how Walt is there. We'll start with you first, Paul.
Well, the fact that when we saw way back in season 1 through to now, like lots of bits of Walt projecting things, you know, wanting to have a bird and then the bird crashing into the window. I think this kid's got special powers, so maybe he can project himself to be in other places.
How wrong you are. I love it when you say things that
No, brilliant.
Brilliant. Carry on, though.
Because when Miss Clue said to Michael, you know, has he ever appeared in places he's not supposed to have appeared when you're around the world? So that's literally as simple as I was taking it. Walt has appeared in some place he wasn't supposed to, as in to warn Locke, who is a good friend. That's it. You know,
Okay.
I'm saying
So
with the paranormal, they were very close.
They were friends, weren't they?
Very close, yeah.
Played backgammon together and all of that.
Yeah.
Tom, your theory, please.
It is the black smoke. The same apparition that Echo saw before he died. Jack's father. It's every person that appears on the island that shouldn't be there is the black smoke, which is basically Jacob, isn't it? And he's telling Locke to get out the ditch, and because you've still got to protect me on the island.
I like it, but why would Jacob use Walt as an image to inspire Locke?
Because they've had that connection right from the beginning, where like Locke took Walt under his wing, trying to turn him into a killing machine.
I like it
and stuff.
I like it, but does it tie together with the other instances when we're saying every time we saw Walt in like season 2 going shh, that was the monster or an apparition?
Yeah.
But what about before they got to the island and then Walt seemed to have some strange psychic powers before we even got to the island?
He just had strange psychic powers.
So they're not related in any way at all?
No.
Alright, excellent. Thanks for clearing me up. Thanks, I feel so much better.
When Locke comes round, he can't use his legs, then he can. But that would imply that there's more to this healing thing than just the island heals you. It is something to do with the mind and believing in it and taking not necessarily believing in it. Well, not even psychosomatic, but maybe manipulating and controlling the energy that does the healing.
I like that. That's good. I like that. Yeah. Almost like if you're in a downer and he's going to kill himself and I can't move my legs, and then Walt going, you know, get up, you can. You got stuff to do.
He can kill Naomi, and she's gone now. Are we sad that Naomi's dead?
Well, is she dead?
Yeah, she had a knife in her back.
She had a knife in her back.
I hold off all bets when it comes to Lost. I don't know that she could still, because she's a very important character to bring a potential group of people to the island.
But the people
seen yet.
The people are coming to the island whether she's alive or not. She's an irrelevance now.
Yeah.
The communication has been made, and those people are on their way.
The only thing that we needed from her, well, they needed, was the telephone, which they got. To be honest.
True, yeah.
She should just come here.
I mean, it wasn't
like
a penknife. It was a fairly hefty hunting knife, so, you know.
He kills Naomi. He can't kill Jack, though. Can't bring himself to do it. And I was disappointed. I really thought that he was going to shoot Jack.
No, I like that, because basically Locke's not a killer.
But
he's not a killer, is he?
He's killed Naomi, mate. He just killed Naomi.
But that's the first person he's actively gone, right, I'm going to kill you.
So he's a killer. He's just killed Naomi.
Yeah, but... What? Sawyer killed somebody, but he's not a killer.
Sawyer's killed like 2 people now.
He is.
Sawyer's on a rampage.
Yeah, he's a killer.
What's your definition of a killer?
Okay, but as in
3 kills, 2 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills. How many kills?
7.5. No, it's someone who likes killing people. Yeah, I like killing people.
Is a killer.
I think Locke. Yeah, exactly. But Locke has gone through all this journey and hasn't actually wanted to kill someone.
My definition of killer would be someone who's killed.
Yeah,
that would be mine.
That's a good definition, but I just think that Locke wouldn't be happy with it. It was like something he had to do. But he doesn't want to kill Jack. It shows Locke's humility. It shows him going, do you know what, I can't do it. I can't kill Jack.
But I can throw a knife into a random girl's back.
It's interesting what you said there about it's something that he has to do or he doesn't have to do, because he says to Jack, you're not supposed to do this. So there is obviously, he's still a killer. But so he's obviously following this kind of preordained path, or what he believes is a preordained path.
Yeah. He believes Naomi's supposed to be killed. She's a bad person.
Does he have flashes as well? How does he know all this?
Oh, yes, like that. That's good.
It's possible. I guess we have to accept that something probably happened to him when he was down in the hatch and it blew up.
Yeah.
Maybe not exactly the same.
We don't even know how they got out, do we?
No.
That never got explained. I hate it when that.
Did Echo have any flashes or anything? Or, you know.
Who?
Well, the Echo, you said it was going to come back.
Yeah.
Who?
Echo.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
More spiritual.
Cover that one up.
No, he got killed. He wouldn't come back. That'd be silly. Locke obviously wants to stay on the island. I'm guessing at the end of Series 6, when the whole thing ends, there's going to be a powerful scene where it's going to be Sawyer and Kate and Jack, if he's still doing it, and they're going to have a boat waiting, and they'll say to Locke, you coming? I'm sorry, Jack, I have to stay on the island. And he's going to stay there forever.
It seems like he's synonymous with the island, yeah, I agree with that.
Why doesn't he want them to contact Naomi's people? Again, maybe he knows...
He knows, yeah, that they're bad.
But that's what's frustrating, because Ben was right then. Ben said if you make that connection, you're all as good as dead. So
just moving on a bit, because we've got so much to cram in. Exciting. I guessed it was going to happen. You'd read it was going to happen. I don't know if you were aware of it. The flash forward.
Oh, it's like to curse the internet and everybody who leaked that bit of information.
You read that, didn't you?
I can't help it. I just cannot help myself.
Yeah.
And it ruined it for me. Hope you're happy with
all
yourself.
fans out there listening to this, why spoil such a brilliant show in the sense that you've waited 23 weeks for this big sucker punch.
JJ and Damon will be crying.
You're all
crying.
idiots.
It's like
You're
finding
not
your
true fans.
presents.
Oh, wait,
it's like finding
calm
presents
down.
at Christmas and your parents crying.
Exactly.
You've ruined Christmas.
Yeah,
you've ruined it.
You've ruined life itself.
Okay, let's just calm down. So, flash forward, very exciting.
Very clever,
even
very
though
clever.
We were potentially aware that it was going to happen, although it took a long time to realise it was a flash forward, before they actually made it clear. And it starts off seeing Jack on an oceanic flight, reading a newspaper article that leads him to contemplate suicide. Now, the article, I don't know if you spotted this, it's about a man from New York who was found dead in LA. His first name, I couldn't
How
really...
did you read that? What is that? Can you freeze frame that?
I had a little look. I was very good eyes.
Blimey.
The first name of this guy appears to begin with J, and the surname ends possibly in Entham, something like that. So J, who do you know begins with J? John. Wait, but it's John Locke.
Could be Jacob.
Jacob.
Could be James.
It could be a character we haven't even met yet.
It could be someone we haven't. It gets very upset. And causes himself to go and potentially commit suicide.
James
someone
Sawyer.
he had to be close to, or someone he feels very responsible to.
James Sawyer?
Yeah, but I don't think he's that bothered about it.
Sawyer?
Who is Kate going back to? He'll wonder where I've been. That must be Sawyer, surely.
Maybe.
She settled with him.
Is it the same man, Paul, that he goes to the funeral of? I guess it must be.
We would assume so. This event has caused him to want to top himself, so...
He's obviously distraught and unhappy and in pain.
I think there's so many questions, but I'm going to go on beard length, so I'm going to go on. So we've got to go on. It takes a long time to cultivate a beard like that, quite a few months at least, sort of 4 or 5 months. So we need to know how long they've been off the island and what catastrophic event caused him to lose his mind and take all these drugs. Well, he must be responsible for something huge, something really, really bad.
They've really set the plot in stone, really, haven't they?
That's what I'm trying to say. This is the thing. They have actually just said, there we go, that's the show. And then where they go forward from that or backwards from that.
Do you know that there's an email here from David Benson? I'm going to read this email and I disagree with this strongly because this was the moment I knew it was a flash forward.
Right, go on.
David Benson says, in the episode Flash Forward that we've just seen, it shows Jack asking the chief of surgery to bring his father, Christian Shepherd, down to the hospital and see if he is more drunk than he is. This is clear confirmation that Christian Shepherd is still alive and probably on the island. I dispute that.
No,
because
that's
the look on the doctor's face when he says, get my dad down, it's about... I thought he was going to say, your dad's died like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And he had the look as if he felt really sorry for him because he knew that his dad was dead.
Exactly, and he's saying that to a new doctor, like a new person, new member of staff, to just sort of just go, he's having a moment, that's all he's doing.
He's off his face on prescription medication and probably booze.
Yeah.
And he's hallucinating. Did you not get that? Did you? I thought the guy was thinking, oh, your dad's dead, mate.
Maybe not. Maybe we're supposed to
I think Christian Shepherd's dead. I do.
I think that could be a clue. Maybe he is alive and on.
No, he's dead.
No, I think
he
he's
is
dead.
actually dead. Go and watch it, and go and watch that young bald doctor acting his backside off to convey in his face that he feels sorry for Jack because he knows his dad is dead.
You're playing into their game. That's what they want you to think. He's still alive, going around on that island.
Another email. This is from Rusty. This is interesting. The name of the funeral parlour that Jack goes to is Hoff's Drawler. Anagram of
flashback.
Flash forward.
Oh, nice.
That's good, isn't it?
Nice, clever, that, yeah.
Nearly.
Now, when we see Kate at the very end of the episode, it is confirmed once and for all that it is a flash forward.
This is not going to change.
No, I'm sick of lying. We made a mistake.
I have to go. He's going to be wondering where I am.
We were not supposed to leave.
Yes, we were. Goodbye, Jack.
We have to go back, Kate. We have to go back!
Kate doesn't even want to speak to Jack.
She is not happy with whatever he did to get them off the island.
Is that the reason she doesn't want to speak to him, or does she's just moved on with her life and she thinks that he should do it as well?
They have that phone conversation and he kind of answers. You're kind of guessing what she's saying, but it's kind of... It sounds like you weren't ever supposed to phone me again. And he's like, oh no, but...
Yeah, he says something like, I know what we said, but you know...
Really?
But when he says, meet at the airport, you know the place, it feels like they've done it before. Or maybe they've met a few months ago and then she said, it's the last time we're going to meet, you have to deal with this on your own. And
maybe they're lying about the location of the island.
But he says that, doesn't he? Lying.
Yeah.
He says, I'm done with lying, or he says, I can't deal with the lies or something.
Well, I interpreted that to be that they don't talk about what happened on the island. They've all got this cover story that they crashed on an island and it was all nothing weird happened and no one,
I don't know, it just feels incredibly dark because the fact that Jack is in this awful state and Kate seems, well, she's a harder person.
Lot of makeup on, looking very
looking
pretty.
beautiful actually, but she's dealing with it. Because Kate's done that. She's run all her life, so she's run away from that problem. She's going to deal with it. But the fact that Jack is in this awful state, something awful must have happened. As in, if they all got rescued, he'd be fine. So that's what makes me really worried that what on earth happened? What has happened to all the other survivors?
So it could just be like those two that got rescued.
It could be. All the other characters could be dead, but then we've got no show, so that can't be true. So
well, it could be true at the end of season 6 when the whole thing ends. We've got another 3 series, haven't we?
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
At the end of season 6, they all die, apart from Jack and Kate.
No, I don't think they can do that because we already know that.
I think
we've seen that now.
I think the scene we've seen will be the end. It'll be them trying to get back to the island, and I don't know. It's complicated.
Would it pick it up now? Yeah. Will they go back to the island a couple of years on or a year or so on?
What?
Will season 4? Will it pick up from that flash forward?
No.
I don't know.
It'll go back to.
We won't see that again for another 2 series. Yeah. That won't be referred to.
Which is weird though, because that means everything we're going to be watching on the island will be in the past. Then would already have happened.
Well,
do you know what I mean? You get that sense you already know where something's going to go. So
yeah, it'll be
that'd be strange.
Yeah, sort of. But that event is potentially so far in advance that it doesn't matter.
It's about the road getting there that's going to be the interesting factor of it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Why isn't Kate in jail? She's a wanted criminal.
She is.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Thought that was odd. And I have my ideas as to who may be waiting at home for her. Any ideas? I guess Sawyer is the obvious.
Sawyer, yeah.
Sawyer, Saeed maybe? I'll put that one out there. Because I like him. I think he's quite cool.
Can we just have a round of applause for Saeed today?
Saeed,
fantastic.
I don't think he got. Did he get any lines in this finale?
Doesn't need lines.
No, that's what I'm saying. He didn't need any lines, but he acted his little beard off.
Every time he spoke, he got a gun butt in his face.
It's brilliant.
It's genius.
Oh, love. Oh, brilliant.
But Bernard didn't die.
Who didn't?
Bernard.
No. Lovely little dentist Rambo.
These 5 people that were supposed to have died. Charlie.
Well, Charlie, Naomi, Tom. I read it was either 3 or 5, and they were not being specific. I don't think there's anyone else, is there?
No.
Very quickly, Jack says he wants to go back to the island. We were not supposed to leave. What does that mean?
He's talking like Locke, isn't he?
He's talking like Ben as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Series 4. Oh. When does it start? January?
Next year. Yeah, 2008. So
Paul, as editor of Lost Magazine,
howdy.
Have you heard any sneaky rumours on the grapevine?
No, it's far too early because they just wrapped season 3.
Come on,
we're going to take a hiatus. Take a break. Tom, think it through logically. With the magazine will be in constant communication with the producers. So we're not going to go away. The issues in between this point and season 4 come out, we will be having as much as we can, little teasers and little kind of bits and pieces as a build up to the season.
Okay,
so we won't abandon you.
Okay, we've got no inside information then. What are your predictions for the next series? Or is it all going to be flash forwards?
I think for the first time properly in the show, all bets are off because they could. It's very clever in a way because 3 years of a TV show now they can do. They're at that halfway point of 6 seasons. They could do anything, literally anything they want. They could say everybody on the island before them has gone away. You could have half the season off island with other flashbacks of them remembering stuff on the island. They could do anything, absolutely anything.
Now they've done the flash forward once.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do it too often, but it is a nice little trick that they've got up their sleeve.
It is smart, yeah.
Tom, any ideas, any predictions?
For the first time in 3 years, I've got absolutely no idea.
Am I allowed to say this? You were disappointed in the ending? Were you actually disappointed in the ending, or was it just because you'd read it on the internet?
It was a mixture of both. Well, for me, the end of season 2, there was a clear thing that I wanted to happen, which was them to not push the button.
Yeah.
For season 3, there wasn't any kind of clear goal or big question I wanted answering. It was just kind of sitting there watching.
I suppose the satellite phone is the kind of
I suppose it was them getting rescued. Are they going to get rescued?
And Penny and...
Yeah, but I wanted something like... something big like Who's Jacob, huge thing like that. Just kind of.
I think Damon and Carlton have said that there is Jacob something that will be explored more and feels like more of a season 4 story than anything else. So
they could have given us a bit of tidbits.
I think with the Jacob stuff we saw a couple of weeks ago was enough for whet your taste buds.
So with everything that we've learnt from series 1, 2, 3, the finale of series 3, is anyone really brave enough to put forward their theory on what is going on? Tom? That's some question, huh?
Yeah, that's a
man of science. Give it. Go on. Lay it down.
One. Okay. What do we know? Dharma obviously aren't in control of the island anymore, but they were.
Right.
They were definitely conducting some kind of experiment there that we still don't know what and what the island does. There was the Black Rock there with some indigenous people, I guess. They came from the Black Rock. They were slaves maybe that kind of were there before Dharma, that didn't like Dharma being there for some reason because they weren't treating the island properly. They retook the island away from, from Dharma, and then I guess the Losties crashed. I think it's quite close because Ben says that he killed 40 people quite recently, had to make that decision. So I think maybe that flashback, Dharma have only recently been destroyed on the island.
You say that, but his dad's body was quite decomposed.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose that
is it 10 years maybe?
Yeah, I guess.
It was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
But I guess Dharma are now trying to get back onto that island because that powerful island.
Why is the island powerful? Very quickly. Okay. Paul, what's your theory?
I like all of that, just to pick up from where Tom was saying.
It's not bad, is it?
But it's good. But I think that the final prestige of the whole show will be the island. I think that there's a lot of kind of skirting around. There's the Dharma, the others, the hostiles, the survivors of the crash. But I think the island itself as a character will be the thing you've got to keep. And I think, nodding back to, I think they've given us a lot of clues, but I think that there is something paranormal, spiritual, or something slightly odd about
I think
that place.
It's going to be like science. And
it's something
there will be an underground layer.
Right.
There will be an underground layer.
Quasi-science.
Very quickly,
like
the few things I've spotted that we haven't mentioned is that Naomi is a liar, so therefore I don't think they found the wreckage of Oceanic Flight 815.
Good. Oh, good
and
point,
also, nice touch that they've or Jack and Kate seem to have golden passes, which means that Oceanic at some point in the future are aware of the crash and aware there are survivors and have treated them quite well. And you know the reason why the women are dying when they're giving birth?
Oh,
hit me.
It's all to do with Ben being on the island. Beyond that, I don't really know. But because his mum died when he was giving birth, he has taken something with him on the island. That means once he's on the island...
like a kind of cancer.
Kind of like a virus, but not...
kind of cancer.
A kind of cancer virus.
My God, Lee, you have it.
It's good.
It's not bad, is it?
Where did you pull that one from?
Well, I just thought about it in the week.
Someone told you, didn't they?
No, they didn't. This is my own genuine theory.
How can you come out with the super brain computer and then come out with pure gold
It's
like
a good
that?
theory, isn't it?
It's good.
Fried gold right there.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Listen, superb book. Paul, thank you.
Thank you.
Geeky Tom?
Yeah, guess it's over then.
Well, almost over, because a listener, a young lad called Gordon, has made a montage of all of Geeky Tom's episode summaries, so we can all hear again how articulate and concise Tom has been. Roll the tape.
Son's a dirty liar and a violent killer. Locke is back in town and ready to lay the smackdown on the others once he's sorted out his own mess. I think we're going to see a Steven Seagal type Under Siege 2 attack, live on a little mini island, and they've got a submarine called the Gallagher. Echo isn't alive anymore. Julia is...
Julia?
Who's Julia?
What was it? What was the question again?
If I go back in time, I'll go back a week and give you a kick up the backside.
Die, Charlie, die! There's like time travel involved and stuff.
Oh, it's like having a stroppy 15-year-old in there, isn't it? A lot of mumbling in there, Tom. Excellent stuff. Listen, but before we go, I've got some good news for those of you that loved Series 3 of Lost so much that you just want to go back and relive it all from the start. And for those of you that missed anything at all, you can watch it all over again, as every episode is available now on Sky Anytime on PC. Go to anytime.sky.com for more information. And keep checking back online throughout the summer, as Lost may have finished on the TV, but we'll be bringing you plenty of exclusive Lost stuff online to see you through until Series 4 at sky1.co.uk/Lost. So, until next time, we'll leave you with a reminder of what made Season 3 of Lost so fantastic. From the Lost Initiative team, come on everybody, join me. Namaste. That was rubbish.
Ethan, get up there to that fuselage. There may actually be survivors. You're one of them. Go.
I am not the enemy. We are not the enemy. But if you shoot me, that's exactly what we'll become.
We just got our ticket out of here.
Yes, I love him. Please.
I saw a very bright light. It was beautiful. That is not what I saw.
Do you believe that this monster decided that Echo was meant to die? I believe Echo died for a reason. I just don't know what it is yet.
You want me to save your life?
I want you to want to save my life.
Yes, I can.
Go now.
I can.
Hey, damn it, run!
Who are you?
My name is Mikhail Bakunin, and I'm the last living member of the Dharma Initiative.
What's the purpose of the flame?
To communicate with the outside world, of course. What have you done, John? That place was our one hope of communication with the outside world.
You may not like your path, Desmond, but pushing that button is the only truly great thing that you will ever do. And if you don't do those things, Desmond David Hume, every single one of us is dead.
I've tried, brother. I've tried twice to save you, but no matter what I try to do, you're gonna die, Charlie.
The hell?
It's impossible.
We're gonna blow them all down.
The mothers keep dying.
Then we'll find more mothers.
I want to know everything. Who are you?
What if I told you that somewhere on this island, there's a very large box? You are the man behind the curtain. You are not on the list because you are Flo, the Wizard of Oz.
What did you do with the people that you took?
We give them a better life.
Better than what?
Better than yours.
Help me.
What did he say to you?
He said, help me.
There were no survivors.
Well, I certainly hope he helps you, John.
They were all dead.
I'm getting them all off the island. All of them. Why do you want to leave the island? What is it that you so desperately want to get back to?
Now get out of the ditch, John.
Why?
Because you have work to do.
We're not supposed to leave.
Yes, we were.
We have to go back, Kate. We have to go back!
The Lost Initiative is a co-ink production for Sky One.